Today we're going to be speaking about how to overcome the fear of reaching and achieving powerful positions in life. Hello, this is Varsha Krishnani and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be speaking about how to reach to a powerful position and actually carve your path there, be it an important role at work, be it a powerful outcome in your career, be it something epiphanic that you want to create. So, how do we start there? I understand that many a times life's buttering and bashing can make us feel that we're not getting anywhere, that maybe we are just being stagnated. However, deep down somewhere, we do want to get somewhere. We do want to have something better. We do have aspiration to grow. We do have dreams and hopes to have something more. So how do we carve this journey in our lives and actually start creating a life where we don't have fear of reaching to powerful positions, speaking to important people, getting important roles in our careers, achieving something that we really want to? How do we eradicate these fears and actually really put ourselves down there and carve a path? So today I have listed 7 steps that can perhaps help you navigate this really adventurous journey of self-therapy, self-empowerment, and self-creation for whatever you want. Let's go. So firstly, just decide the outcome that you're expecting. You have to really define what is it that you're looking for. Is it a role in a particular position? Do you see yourself over there? Because if you don't, you have to start seeing yourself over there and start defining what is it that you exactly want. Many a times we lose out on opportunities because we just think that we are not there enough, we are not good enough. So don't get into this self-hustle and mind battles. Just simply sit down quietly, peacefully, and just define what is the outcome that you're looking for. Is it a particular role in a movie? Is it a certain performance that you're looking at? Is it a certain relation that you're looking at? Or a certain emotion and reciprocation of something that you're looking at? Everything is possible. So what is really important is that firstly you define what you want. Define the outcome. Define the exacts. Secondly, change your mindset about your ability of doing things. Change your mindset about whatever have been your preconceived notions. Change your mindset about what you think you cannot. Make a pact with yourself that whatever I have thought about myself, I can say that, okay, these are the things of me in the past. And now this is the new me, that this is my new perception. This is my new mindset because this is my new journey, which you have already defined in the step 1. So define your outcome and change your mindset. Literally change your mindset. Sit down and define what are the things that have carved your mindset all this while and make it a point to drastically change it towards what you want to achieve. Show action towards the mindset. Now that you have created this outcome, you have this mindset, don't just let it be there in the clouds. Use it, put it to practice with people, put it to practice at things that irritate you, put it to practice at things that make you happy, put it to practice with people, put it to practice in your daily way of approaching things. For instance, if your mindset is abundance or wealth, or I want to reach a certain position and now I'm capable, whereas earlier I thought that I don't have enough skills, but now that I have done this exercise or blah blah blah, I know what my skills are and I'm bloody capable of doing this. Great, so that's your mindset. Now you have to practice it. You have to practice it at work where you have this old mindset of you keep saying that, oh, you cannot do it. So you have to be like, oh no, this is my old mindset. I respect you for the time that you've given me. Now I'm going to be practicing my new mindset. So thank you and voila. And go forward and practice it every day, because there'll be multiple moments, because it's not easy changing a mindset, mind you. It takes days, it takes hours, it takes a lot of conscious awareness in how you react and how you feel. So show action, read books, watch videos, listen to talks, whatever it requires, but put action and show action towards what you have changed your mindset and towards the outcome that you're expecting. Because without action, nothing's going to move. Next one is one of the most important steps. I'm not sure if many people actually mention it in their trainings, but it's called learn to give back to people. Learn to give back in both senses. So one of the senses is obviously like giving back to society for what they have given you. Your parents, give them respect, give them love, give them appreciation, give them your time, give them like less hard time. Your alma mater, your school, your university, the people who helped you along the way, your friends, like be there and give back for what you have taken in time. Like, like don't let that karma cycle just be like halfway. That's one of the ways. And the second most important ways of giving back to people is giving back to people. If someone picks on you, if someone discriminates with you, if someone calls you out on certain things that you haven't done, or if someone is simply merely aggressive and blastering their frustration onto you, be it at work, be it in relations, be it emotionally, be it bullying, be it anything, it's very important that you learn to give it back to people. So you really have to create this sense of confidence inside you that you can really give it back to people in the moment. Like if someone comes and tells you something, you don't freeze, you don't go and report and think, you don't go and cry in a corner, you react in that very moment. Like that giving back is so important, and it is one of the most difficult things to learn, trust me, but it gives you so much of confidence, it gives you so much of backbone, where you would have rather been like looking for help, which is also very important, but it's also like help begins first with yourself. Like at school they used to teach us like God only helps those who help themselves. I think it's a proverb. So help yourself in understanding that you have to stand up for yourself, you have to give it back to people, and you don't have to give it back to people aggressively, you don't have to get down to their level. Wherever the things like you receive discrimination, you receive whatever emotional atyachar, emotional turmoils or emotional trauma that is caused because of people's actions, suffering that is brought onto your relations or at work or people's behavior, don't sit there watching and standing and suffering and going and crying. Like, don't do that. Do something about it, and not to like sit and strategize about it. Build that power within you that in the moment, at that person's face in real time, you can actually give it back to them gracefully. So build that confidence to give it to people in the moment, give it back to them gracefully, honestly, with respect, not stooping down to any mediocre levels or cheap levels that people can get to when they are like frustrated or they want to be aggressive, or racism or discrimination or whatever it is, sexism, gender-based discrimination, whatever it is, or even at home. Like many a times discrimination also happens between parekhas, between couples. So learn to stand up for yourself. It's one of the most important habits that you have to cultivate in your life. Learning to give back to people is one of the most important qualities that you will really thank yourself to inculcate at an earlier time, because it will help you stand up for yourself across many situations in life where you don't want to take bullshit. And that confidence that you will get by giving it back to people correctly, not humiliating, not stooping down to any mediocrity, but with respect and keeping your calm, like you're really gonna like fly high, baby. The next step in honing yourself to lead powerful positions or get the role that you want or achieving something really important that you're looking in life is practice confidence. Practice confidence in your daily life, practice confidence at work. Practicing confidence has a really beautiful effect, because when you put that into practice, like, as a task, that I'm going to practice confidence today, you'll actually start doing things that you didn't do before. For instance, if you have these bouts of self-criticism or negative self-talk or bouts of low self-esteem, when you say that you're going to practice confidence, you make it as a task, and each time you have this feeling, you face it and you let it go. You observe it, like, in Vipassana, in this breathing technique, they say, like, watch your breath. You might be having thoughts, watch them and let them go. Practice confidence. Practicing confidence is one of the most important things, because all that negative self-talk, that those moments and bouts of low self-esteem, those moments where people have like put you down and you don't know what to do. So practice all of those moments and practice what would be the confident you. Practice that first, you remember the outcome that you had done. So practice the outcome and practice it regularly, because practicing self-confidence is very important, because you have to be prepared to receive. If you want to receive this powerful position, if you want to receive this particular role, if you want to receive this, whatever is the outcome that you're looking for, you have to be receptive and you have to be this person who's willing and ready to receive it. So practice that confidence, practice being the person, practice being in that moment, practice every emotion. The next step is one of the most important things that will help you really carve your journey towards a powerful position, towards an important, prominent role, whatever it is practicing favors. Practicing favors, not in the senses that how people have actually put it across, but practicing firstly selfless favors. It's very similar to the first point, one of the previous points that I spoke about, like giving back to people. But here, practice selfless favors where you know that, okay, people are looking for help, where there's a skill that you already have. So help them. Where you're looking for help, where you see that somebody is looking for guidance in something, or maybe let's say your cousin or someone who needs guidance in something. It could be anything, it could be anyone. So if you have the knowledge and skill set, be that person who's willing to take that first step and give a favor. Maybe it's through an advice, maybe it's through an action, maybe it's through a recommendation, maybe it's through anything. It could be through anything, but practice giving selfless favors without having any expectation to have anything like, in reciprocation back. Because that is something where you will really learn many little tidbits about your own self, about how you operated. And while you're teaching, there's going to be like some great gems about what you already know shine way brighter in your life that might perhaps been taking junk. But besides selfless favors, it's also very important to understand the role of negotiated favors. Negotiated favors are in the world of business. It could be in the world of family relationships, family businesses as well. That, hey, I'm going to help you, let's say, put a window in your house and you're going to do like these sales for me. I don't know, it's called barter, it could be called troika, it could be called exchange. But certain favors with people where you know that, okay, they're going to be helpful along the way. If they are looking for a favor from you, like, sometimes like give them like help. I'm not saying to do any sexual favors. I'm not saying to do anything that you shouldn't be doing. No, I'm talking about really clean, legit favors, like human ethical favors. Please get that right. Favors that are, okay, can you give me a recommendation to this person? Oh, can you please help me with this presentation because you're really good with pitches? Can you help me with this marketing strategy? Can you help me with an introduction to this girl at the bar who's your friend? I don't know. It could be anything, but like, and I'm going to get you a drink, or like if you're going to like introduce me to this person or this investor, maybe you get like 10% commission. I don't know, but learn to have negotiated favors, because we live in a world of give and take, and it's very important. Like, I come from India, we are Sindhis, we have communities in every part of the world. And when I speak to other people, like people from different Western worlds, they're like, wow, you guys have a community, be it in Mallorca, be it in Fuerteventura, be it in London, be it in New York, that you all will just make few calls and you guys have like your back. So build that culture of having each other's back, build like your set of like, army of like soldiers who are there getting each other's back for whatever is needed, and understand that when people need you, you might also need people like somewhere along the way. My mom, when I was younger, she used to always tell us like, you should always be nice, you should always be humble with people when you're like stepping up the ladder, because when you're going down the ladder, you might need the same people. So you better not be bitchy to them, because you might need their help as well. And that is really true. Like, why do you need to be mean? Why do you need to have arrogance? Why do you need to be a different person when you're climbing up the ladder? In fact, like, also as my mother says, like, the more mangoes a tree has, like, the more it bows down, the more humble it becomes, the more grateful it becomes, because having more is a more responsibility of being more humble, of giving more as well. So learn to have negotiated favors, learn to have selfless favors, learn to have respectful and ethical favors. The seventh and the most important of them all, like, all of this can be like really a lot of fun on this one weekend that you're like supercharged and you want to like, really reach this powerful position, and you're following all of these 6 steps. But the 7th step is the most important, which is like to be consistent. To be consistent, to be present every day, to make sure that you are following up with the mindset, that you're following up towards your outcome, that you're showing up, that you're giving back to people, that you're giving back. as well selfless, you giving and negotiating favors and like, being there all active towards your outcome. Being consistent is so important because many a times you might have like a party, a drunken night, an emotional trauma, a fight with your parents, a bad sale, a turmoil, anything. It could just be like a great beach party. I don't know. I mean, it could be just anything. So all these things can happen. However, don't lose your consistency and fall back to like where you were at day one, like, or at day zero. Like, don't fall back to the past. Pull back from where, even if you like, lose out on like few days of not having like any kind of consistency, it's okay. Forgive yourself, learn to forgive yourself and get back from where you actually left off. So be consistent, be present, and make sure that you're following up with your goals. And trust me, if you just follow all these 7 steps, you're really gonna get there. So yes, be consistent, be grateful, and maintain your zen, because that's really important, because you will not be able to attract any of these outcomes if you're like frustrated, if you're like angry, if you're like grumpy, and if you are just like complaining all the time. I have been that person, and I've seen like life go really down south, and then I've changed my mindset. I followed all these steps really, and that's how things started working for me. So I'm sure any of these steps, even if you apply like 4 or 5 of them, they will really work towards you, and you'll just see like a huge shift towards changing your mindset towards how you want to see yourself, where you want to reach, be it an important role, a position, anywhere in life. So get there, give yourself that chance, give yourself that opportunity. Don't be waiting, don't waste time, and follow these 7 steps and go get your big.